Three, two, one.
Welcome to Full Throttle with your host, Justin Putzier. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, here's our host,
Hello and
Justin.
welcome to Full Throttle. I'm your host, Justin Putter, with me today, and I have Bryce with me today from the Arkansas Law Series. How are you doing today, Bryce?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for coming on. So let's jump right in. So, tell, please start out by telling my followers a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Bryce Hogberg. I am 20 years old and I'm from West Fargo, North Dakota. I'm a full-time college student at NDSU, North Dakota State University. I started racing when I was 8 years old. I started out in go-karts and then moved into dirt sprint cars. And just 3 years ago, made my first start in the ARCA Menard series.
Awesome. So how do you like it in the Oscar series? What challenges does it present for you, and what could you get better at?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the ARCA series. When I started as a little kid in go-karts, it was always a dream to be able to race professionally, and the Arkham Nard series has given me that chance to fulfill that dream. And from where I'm from, it's mostly dirt track racing, so that's where my main background is, and it's been a huge challenge transferring from a dirt sprint car to an asphalt car like an ARCA car. I feel like we've really excelled and gotten better at the super speedways, but I still struggle quite a bit at short tracks just because of throttle control and um, the handling difference between an asphalt car and a dirt car. So my major improvements could be short track racing for sure.
So so how do you like going to places like Daytona and Talladega? Or are you not old enough for those? I don't know how that series works.
Well, to run Talladega and Daytona, you have to be 18 years old. I turned 20 this year, so I've had the chance to race at both Talladega and Daytona 2 times now, and I love those places. Super speedway racing's one of my favorite races each year, and Daytona is probably the biggest one I look forward to in the Arkham Menard series.
Yeah. So tell us who who do you look up to in racing?
Um, a big influence that I look up to is probably a couple guys around here. I've grown up around Donnie Schatz. He's a World of Outlaws sprint car driver, and that's where I've kind of made my start as dirt sprint cars. So looking up to Donnie and knowing Donnie has really had an impact on me. Jumping into the Arkham Nard series and kind of the NASCAR world, Andy Hillenberg has been a huge help in my journey going asphalt racing. He's accomplished a lot in his day, and he's been a really good mentor and tutor to me these last 2 3 years that I've been in the series.
Oh, awesome. So what team do you currently race for? And are you full time?
I am not full time. I race a part time schedule for Andy Hillenberg in their fast track racing number 11 car.
Oh, okay. Did you race Daytona for them? I
Yep,
think
I did.
I think I remember your name from Daytona. I was watching that Arkansas race.
Yep.
What do you what do you think you can improve on moving forward with that team?
Um, well, for super speedways and like Daytona, I feel like we've started to do really, really well at those types of tracks. We've ran in the top 10 almost the whole race for each race of them. Unfortunately, just kind of bad luck has been on my side at the super speedways recently. I think we were running top 10 and I had a crank sensor go out this year at Daytona, so that kind of took me out of contention in the race. And then we've had previous battery problems and just kind of stuff like that. But what we can work on going forward at super speedways is probably just learning how to work with people on track and building runs to build momentum and drive up front and just kind of managing my race.
So, what's your goals moving forward throughout your racing career? You're still a college student, so you could be like the next William Byron who won the Daytona 500. You're reacting to that.
Yeah, that's definitely a goal of mine is I want to make racing a career, and that's what I've always dreamed of since a little kid. And I'm going to school as a mechanical engineer, and my goal with that is to learn how to work on cars and understand cars. And if I've told myself if driving doesn't work out, I want to at least stay a part of the racing world and do something with a mechanical engineering degree.
Awesome. So, Bryce, so who in your family do you look up to? Do your mom and dad support your racing? Who who's like your biggest fans when you're racing?
I gotta say, I've probably got one of the biggest support systems back home. My dad is a huge part of my racing career. Without my dad, I wouldn't be anywhere in racing right now. He's the one that got me started. He brought home my first go kart. Um, my dad's got my back through and through, no matter what I want to do, and he's there to support it. And so is my mom, my brother. I have two sisters, my girlfriend, all my family friends at home too in North Dakota. They play a huge role in being a support system for me and encouraging to keep going with my dreams and my career. And without any of those guys, it would be pretty tough.
It would be. I know without Tanya, this would be pretty tough for me. I started out having no one to turn to really besides my family and other people, but Tanya's really helped me grow this channel. We're at 155.
Yeah.
So yeah, talk about what Tanya and those guys over at the media company have done for you.
Yeah, Tanya and Kyle over there, they've done a lot. I got to know them. Let's see. Kyle started as my spotter for a few races, and me and him clicked and got along really well. And then that's how I met Tanya. And a part of spotting, Tanya and Kyle did everything they could to get my name out there and go to autograph sessions and meet new people and just kind of broaden my name in the racing world to let people know who I am and what I want to do as a part of racing. So without those two, I wouldn't be probably where I am today either. So I got to thank Kyle and Tanya for their part in my racing career.
Yeah, and so what's your schedule looking like the remaining of the year, please?
Well, right now it's all based on funding. We had a sponsor for Daytona, and that was kind of a one race deal, and it could still be in the talks for future races. But as far as right now, we're going race by race on what we can afford to run, and the way the schedule's lining up, my next race will be at Talladega.
Oh, fun. That will be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one for sure.
Yeah. Talladega FS1 on a Saturday. Can't get better than that.
Yep.
So talk to us about um your experience at Daytona Talladega. Um how much belief do you have in yourself? I know it takes a lot of belief
Yeah, for sure.
go in ways that go to racetracks. I know for me, just racing on my game, I have to be laser focused. I have to have no distractions around me. Talk to me about what Kyle does for you when he spots for you. Um, that helps you get through your days.
Yeah, as far as like preparation for tracks like Daytona and Talladega, um, I know me and Kyle have jumped on the simulator a couple times and have kind of worked together on iRacing about maybe what different situations or scenarios could come up during the race and what to do and kind of how to side draft cars and bump draft cars and get through traffic smooth. And I feel like sim time has helped me with my focus throughout the race and kind of keeping my focus on what I need to do and not getting sidetracked or tired. And as far as super speedways, I feel like those are by far my best tracks, my best performing tracks. And aside from a couple bad luck incidents that have taken us out of races, we have a really strong car, and I'm very confident, probably the most confident I've been going to a super speedway race.
All right. So I guess that's all the time we have today for Full Follow. I thank you for coming on, man. And hope we can do some more of these down the road.
For sure. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Goodbye, everyone.